everybody, my name is Emilio and I'm going to present you my CA in cloud architecture. So our CA was, hello, my name is Emilio and I'm going to present you my CA that was in cloud architecture, and the main goal is to harden cloud infrastructure and EaaS, infrastructure as a service, with a WordPress page. Okay. So first of all, we were supposed to create an instance of EC2, right? So first of all setup, the initial setup was without any security measure. For then, in the next step, was to harden the entire system. So the first step that we did was to create an EC2. We have already one created, and we use the Amazon Linux with the D3 Micro because we think was the more suitable for our process. And DCA, we use one existing keeper that we use it for us, and this is an important part, the network setting. In the first instance, we created allowing everything, like just to test that everything was running correctly. So and we choose the default storage. That was the first instance that we created. Okay, so the next step that we did was to create a LAMP stack, a LAMP server, and we did this using the Amazon guidelines for a LAMP server. So this LAMP server is basically an open source stack of technologies that make us to create our server. The ones that come with the Amazon guidelines is Apache Web Service and PHP and MariaDB. So first of all, we upgrade the system, we update it, we install all the packages that were required, like HTTP Apache, wget, PHP, MySQLize, JSON, and PHP Devel. So we get the package information, and we have it already here, as you can see. We have already everything in our setup. We have the package, the version, and we have it by doing this. We use the DNF installation manager. So continue, we install it and then we check it if we already have it. For example, here we check it if it is already enabled, and then to check the status. Okay, so here you have like a security rule. When we started, we leave this security issue to correct it into hardness. Okay, so we are gonna leave it like that in this first instance. Okay, so we add the user mode to the Apache of the EC2 user. Then we grant the permission of writing. This is very important because we are gonna need it in the WordPress update. Okay, so we grant all this privilege. And well, this is another part. This is when you already have it and it is up and running. This is the PHP info, and well, that was all the guides that we followed from the this one. So we basically also install MariaDB, and then we move off to the WordPress configuration. Okay, so first of all, we download all the packages that we already have it installed, and then we got the WordPress for the latest version. As you can see here, you use it with wget, and then you unzip it and you start the service of Maria. We already have it, and you create the WordPress users and the WordPress database. Here it is recommended that you put a strong WordPress user and your strong password. We already have ours. We are not going to show it. And we have the database. You give all the privilege to this database of this user, and you refresh and grant all the privilege, and then we get the configuration and we adapt it to our credentials and to our database. Then we copy all the configuration into our HTML file for display it, and then we also allow the permalink, because with the initial configuration of WordPress we don't have it allow it. Okay, so we allow it, and then we check if it is everything okay, and we have all the package, and we give, this is also again very important, that we give all the writing permissions to this file, to this folder, because we are gonna use it for the WordPress updates. Okay, so yeah, we restart the HTTP server of Apache, and we are supposed to ready to go up and running with the WordPress page. Okay, so once you already have your WordPress page, you're gonna be having something like this. It's gonna redirect you to a dashboard of the WordPress, and you're gonna be redirected here to the updates. We already have it. So let's give it a try and let's explain how we harden this system. We're gonna start with the WordPress. So first we update the system. For do this, we need to first of all to create a user for the FTP server, because we're gonna use it. WordPress is gonna use it to download all the updates and to run it. Okay, so you need to be like add a user and to be like secure, and also you need to add a strong password. As here I have it an example. For example, here I have it that I create my user and a password. The password I'm gonna show you like dummy password. Here I create my user FTP, and then I create the password from the user FTP, meaning strong password. You need to create something similar, and then you need to download the IP tables in order to allow the FTP server. Once you enable the IP tables, you need to give all the credentials. You need to grant all the access for WordPress to download and update the system, and we are gonna use it. It's gonna be used also for the plugins. And once you need to check also for the FTP server if it is running. When you see it running, you need to check the tcdump, and this is how you're gonna check if it is entering the logs. This is for debugging. So we already have it, so we are not gonna do it again. And then once you already have installed all the plugins, all the new version of WordPress, you're going to go and add some plugins. In this occasion, we installed these ones. Try to hide the WordPress login. Try to enable two-factor authentication and login protection. Try to limit and block excessive login attempt into our platform. And we're gonna work this and all the backups migration. Okay, and anti-spam protection, we're gonna use this one. And if you want, we first of all we use the feature ones. They are already, and then we went to the popular ones to find a reliables. It is important to remark and to address that you need to check whose plugin are you installing, because you need to check if it is a reliable plugin. It's not someone that is gonna try to steal your information. You should check for that. Okay. Okay, finally, when we're gonna move out to the to best practices for our EC2 instance, right? So in this time, for our infrastructure for AS, first we install. Aguántame, deja terminar una presentación, espera. Sorry guys. So the first thing that we did was to create a CloudWatch. To install CloudWatch to our platform that is gonna check the logs and the metrics from our platform, from our EC2. You can create one or you can get one that's already. So we used the EC2, and it's gonna display us the information from our EC2. Then we went to the network settings. Again, we moved to the EC2 instance, and this time we tried to strengthen and enhance our security policies. We create this one that's ultra secure, and it's gonna display where we customize the crowd traffic, right? So we allow every ping. We allow the FTP server, and we allow all the traffic from HTTP and HTTPS. From all over the internet. And now moving to the SSH, we are just allow our IP, because we're gonna be the only ones that are gonna be managing this system, this EAS. Then we move to WarDuty, that is a cloud native AWS technology that is gonna use intelligence to check for the anomaly detection and integrate threat intelligence to our AWS. We have it here, everything looks fine. Then we move to inspector, that is going to check for vulnerabilities and with Cloud Coach, it's gonna check for vulnerabilities that is our Amazon is gonna be exposed. So it's gonna be another layer for protection, and it's gonna be a vulnerability manager. So in this time we don't have the enough permissions, so we are gonna skip it, and then we move to again to the EC2, and we are gonna try to add a lifecycle manager, but we don't have enough privilege, so we're gonna create a snapshot that is gonna rely to our data lifecycle, and we're gonna do manually. So this is gonna grant that we are not gonna lose our information one day to another. This is very important to a production environment. And then we went to another part that is failed to ban. Failed to ban is another security layer of the people that's trying to enter to our platform by SSH. So this one is going to check who is trying to enter. If it detects a lot of IP trying to enter to the system, it's going to ban it from the system. So it is another security layer. And then finally, we move to try to protect the HTTP, to go to HTTPS. So to do this, we need to create a certificate, and we need to have a domain name. If we don't have a domain name, we're not going to be able to give some security layer to our HTTP. But unfortunately, to do this, we need to have root 53, and we bought a domain for this to try to do it, but we realized we don't have enough privilege due to our student account. So we're gonna be omitting this, skipping this time, but it is important to recall that to have a HTTPS is very important in a web application. And finally, we update everything as you saw in the guidelines from Amazon. And well, that was everything for hardening. And then we're moving to the testing. If see everything is correct. So we run on basic nmap script that is gonna show us which parts we have open. But as you can see, we cannot enter neither SSH or FTP. For example, I use, we don't have anonymous login, so nobody can enter. And then we run a dir search in order to find which possible entry we have. We find the so that's everything for today. Thank you for watching. If you are the teacher, please give me 100, and see you later.